So, like, you want to be logical, you want to be clear minded, you want to be honest. Like, don't lie to yourself. You'll tangle yourself in pathological, like, keeping track of things. Like, it can pathologize your gut feeling. Like, when someone's like, oh, what's your integrity like? What do you care about? Yeah, so, sorry, a plane went overhead. I had to wait for it to leave. But, um, life, like, you want to be good. Like, there's something meaningful lives come from a set of morality, a mission, and responsibility. And we're all in a time where everything's prosperous. And like, you're sitting there, you're watching 8 hours of videos and shit like that, and like jerking off and watching porn and playing video games, and like, how much time are you going to spend on leisure, fun? There's some degree, like, who knows to what degree you need to justify the work life, the 8 hour work life that people typically do. Like, who knows how much winding down they need? It's like, it's not exactly always obvious that, like, oh, you should or shouldn't be playing video games, but for the most part, like, you should be, like, that should be way secondary. You should get all your shit done, and then you should do that periodically, not every week, not for the rest of your life, like every day. Like, sometimes take weeks off, take days off. Don't play too many video games. Don't watch too many movies. I understand, like, going to the movies, like heading to the theater and watching a brand new movie. Whoa, it can be really fucking awesome. So like, sometimes it's worth it, I suppose. But like, I think of it more like, if I'm going to watch this content, is it worthwhile? And worthwhile content is generally something that you can remember, and then something that inspires or actualizes some practical skill in life to problem solve and take care of oneself and create content or whatever. And like, everyone should be trying to create content. It would be ideal if everyone could give it a try. I know, and not everyone's going to be famous, but like, just the act of sitting there producing something, creating something, is such a useful force in your life. Like, it's such a source of meaning. If you can figure out how to um, be productive, create art, create music, create articles, make videos, whatever. Like, if you can figure out something that you could provide or offer, like, everyone's perspective has some degree of wisdom, and you'll learn through teaching people and hone in, because like, you learn from teaching people. Like, that's one of the things that people talk about just as a trope. And yeah, like, every single day. Like, most people wake up and they feel like shit, and they're tired, they're groggy, and like, you gotta work out and you gotta, like, well, I take Kratom. I don't know if anyone else should take Kratom. I support drug use. I think drug use is great for productivity. I don't really necessarily like it for um, recreation. Um, it's like, these drugs are producing dopamine, so it's like, what do you do with your dopamine? Like, get something done, do something proficiently effective. I'm almost out of weed. Bitnoid, Binoid. Bitnoid is this really awesome place that ships weed to Utah. And so I'm gonna, today I have like $35, which isn't enough for fast shipping or shipping in general. And so I'm gonna make like probably $50, maybe 100 if I'm lucky, if someone's really charitable. But like, I'm gonna make probably at least $50, and then I can pay for the fast shipping and get that weed. And just like, I don't know, I'm so bored. I'm so bored if I'm just sitting around and I don't have marijuana at this point. Like, I stopped doing it for like 2, 3, 4 months. And when I was last on it, I hadn't figured out mood boosting workouts, 1,000 squats, 500 push ups, or 4 sets of six, or 6 sets of 4 exercises, one always being lunges, deadlifts, or squats. And yeah, like, and like that in combination with Kratom, like, it's really fucking solid. Like, I don't know how many people are taking Kratom for ADHD, but I would recommend you ditch your Vyvanse or your Adderall and you switch to Kratom. Who knows? Who knows? Like, it's, maybe it's bad to mess with opioids or whatever, but like, I think it's far better. It makes me feel way better. Like Vyvanse and Adderall, maybe a little anxiety inducing. The last time I was on it, it was only a week. I started getting this anxiety feeling that I had not have felt in a long time. So it's like, this anxiety pain in my sternum right here, on my chest, and now it's gone. And now I wiggle it out. So it was like, basically the idea is, your body creates trauma, and then anxiety and pain can build up, and I wiggle it all out. I like thrashed on the floor and rolled around and like kicked my feet up in the air and like and I did that for like maybe a minute or five or whatever, and then like my horrible problem that had been bothering me for the past year or two went away. It's like I shaked it out like a bear, like two bears meet each other and like, and then afterwards like there's like a little trauma or something, so I just like wiggle around and like kick around and flail about and like there's so like there might be somebody out there like if you get this feeling in your chest that this anxiety is felt up, wiggle around on the floor, and like thrash about as violently as you can and with as much effort as you can, and maybe that will solve your problem, like it solved my problem. It's funny, like I had to wake up every single morning, and I was like, "Oh, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming, coming!" And like I gotta hit the workout, and then it'll go away. So I would go to the gym. I'd do 3 sets of, I think 3 or 4 workouts. I'm not sure exactly what I did. I know I did 3 sets, and I would do like sets of 20, and then a set of 15, and then like a set of 10, and I would feel really good, increasing the weight every single time, and then it would solve my anxiety problem for the day, and then it would rise the next day. I'm like, why the fuck isn't anybody like crying about not working out? Like, how is this happening? Like, I feel like such shit, and so like it's like the worst anxiety feeling in the world, like somewhere in the chest. I don't know how to explain. All I know is like it's like excitable or itchy, irritated, something like that. Like it's a tickling feeling, but a really bad tickling feeling, and it feels horrible. And it's just like if you try to sleep, you're just laying there in misery, and just like my life is so much better than it was like 10 months ago. And like thank God, I think God literally rewarded me to the adventure of my life by breaking my sister's speaker with a samurai sword. Like good for you for standing up for yourself. She was being a bitch, and she should have. And it's like arguably like the cops just chose her side, even though like I broke a speaker. It's like fuck your speaker. It's like what about my well-being as a human being? And like I was like really happy at the time. I was excited. Like I had just like kind of gotten honed in on a really good routine. Wake up, run or bike really fast with Mina and Songhee, and then get back, take Adderall, um, write journal every morning for 2 hours, and then I would do yoga nidra, and then yoga, and then meditation, and then I'd go on an hour run, and then it was time for me to go to the gym at 12. I procrastinated and always put it off. I should have done what I figured out later when I get to Vicky's house and I start going to EOS and I start watching YouTube videos about health and stuff, and I'm kind of being responsible with my body again. I was kind of like, just ignoring it and eating like a doofus. And I get the idea to go first thing in the morning. So then it turns into this thing where I'm like waking up at like 4:30, and then if I don't leave within the next 30 minutes, I'm stuck there for hours. Like I just couldn't leave. I just there's something about it. So like anyways, I started going first thing in the morning, and then later I find out that I can just like use my 45-pound dumbbell. Do a 500 squats. At first, it was 500 squats, and then it was 250 push-ups, 50 push-ups at a time, and then I doubled it like 14 days ago, and ever since then, like my life has just been like freaking awesome. Like I'm really like I had an iffy day yesterday before I took Kratom. I didn't have any Kratom, and then I called my mother and asked for money to get for it, and it was like 30-40 bucks for how many 300 capsules, and so 40 bucks for like 300 capsules, and then I felt fine. Like I just like I felt horrible. I was so unmotivated, even after doing my 1,000 squats and 500 push-ups, and it was just like terrible. But that's the video.